Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit Zappy here, back again with Hunter Hunter. We are on episode 12, and in the last episode, we had Killua. Oh, well, first of all, we had Leo, who lost eventually, which I thought he would do, and it would be down to Killua to do it. And of course, the build-up, acting like the last guy would be a problem, but of course, I had no doubt in my mind Killua would just absolutely annihilate him, with him being an assassin and whatnot. But I don't think we're going to get into any of the pre-talk, because I didn't even talk. I didn't even have a post-discussion for the end of the last episode. So this post-discussion at the end of this episode will contain everything from 11 and 12. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. We're just going to get in episode 12 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, there we go. That was the end of episode 12. Alright, so we'll get to work talking about episode 11 first, and then we'll move on straight to episode 12. So yeah, episode 11, we had obviously Leo end his match with that gambling chick, LaRute or whatever his name was. Her name. Fucking tricked us with that fucking trap nonsense thing. You know, gambling on whether or not she was a girl or not. Leo, of course, being a big pervert, used the fucking, you know, basically bet against her, because then it would be a win-win. Because if fucking Leo. The thing is as well, he had a way out there when it was finally his turn to decide what they would bet against. He had a fucking way out with the teenager thing, because she, in her head, he was definitely not a teenager. He's older than that. And he had a way out with that, but he fucked it up at the end there. So yeah, it went down to rock paper scissors. Gone, like, you know, the mental game thing. Like, I get it, but it's not. I don't think it's as, like, you know, as complicated as that as you'd want it to be. You know, putting people in like a sort of a stressful situation. Like, I guess the idea that, you know, because Rock is the, you know, like the quintessential, like almost like straight up, like almost brute strength kind of move, that's the one you'd automatically go to if you don't have any, like if you're not thinking straight or whatever. But regardless, because like when I play, like if I say when I play, like I never really play rock paper scissors, but if I was to, like when I have done in the past, it's never a thinking thing. It's more like less thinking. You know what I mean? I guess. I guess that's what they were going for, really, wasn't it? In a way, it was actually more to do with the fact of him overthinking as opposed to just doing. But to me, it's always based upon, like, I just pick a random one every time. You know, it's never much as thinking as like, oh, what could my opponent be thinking? What are they gonna? So, you know, it was quite clear she couldn't read his mind, even though that's what she said. But you know, the idea of her saying, like, you know, because she's sort of like aware of what he's gonna put out at every time, she could just stall if she wanted to. Wouldn't be the case, because eventually it would, just because she can't read minds. So eventually it would go over, you know. So yeah, and also I think Gon shouting to him to use scissors didn't really help in the situation, because that just give him like more of these options, like, you know what I mean, that he didn't really want. So it was just like clogging his mind up with options that he didn't want to pick. But yeah, he ended up losing anyway, like I thought he would do, and it would go to the end, like to the last chance, and of course Killua would get them through and absolutely dominated that guy. Like, just fucked him up. Like, that was great. Pulled out his heart in just a split fucking second. God, he royally fucked him up. Of course he would have. He's an assassin, and I knew he would. Leo fucking didn't think he could. He doubted him all the way. I was like, what do you mean? No, that can't be it's not going to be the case. I did like, however, Killua did point out the fact that if it's any sort of like mental math sort of challenge kind of thing, that I'll just give up. So I like the fact that he's literally pointed out that his specialties lie in his, like, you know, combat, physical, like, you know, doing damage to another person. It's not like, it doesn't lie in the in his smarts, in a way, you know. He's very perceptive, and he can see, you know, he can see things like with his eyes, but he's not going to sit there and strategize and whatnot. So that's more Kurapika's thing. So yeah, I like how he got that out straight off the bat, but he fucking took his heart with that. Yeah, and then later he sort of don't know how he did it. I guess I don't know what to what degree these abilities like like I don't know how you get them. That's not somebody can train, surely. Right? I don't even know. But he's able to manifest these fucking like very sharp fucking pointed claws, to use it. But yeah, he also pointed out the if it was his father, that you wouldn't even see any drop of blood, so he can do it like more refined in a way. Yeah, interesting. He admires his dad. I don't know if didn't he mention? I thought he mentioned like when he was on the airship, when he was talking about his assassin family, wasn't there? I feel like he never mentioned his father, but he mentioned other members of his family that he wants to go out and kill. I don't know though. Might be wrong. Because then it would be a thing if he admired his father, but he doesn't admire the rest of his family. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, they ended up having to go obviously into that room, which at the end of episode 11, I didn't understand what it was for until they literally pointed it out to me at the beginning of this episode. It was like you have to run out the penalty, right? I thought it would have been a case of like, oh well, no, because I guess I didn't really think that far into it, but the timer thing has to account for everyone still taking the test, right? So I guess you couldn't just like take it down. Oh, now you've got this like however long to get down to the very base, but they wouldn't change the timer individual to them, right? So yeah, they just had to wait it out regardless. So yeah, it made sense in the end, but I didn't think about that previously. So, but yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, anytime I fucking hear Tompa talk, like, because he has this thing where he goes into this sort of exposition thing, and he's talking like to himself and stuff, or if he's talking to other people, and when he's right, I hate it. I fucking hate it. He's just a little sleazy fuck, and he, honestly, I want him to die. I want him to die. And with this promise of them having to go up against each other, like, oh, give me that. Let me have it, please. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, Killua, little detail, he can't sleep for 2-3 days. Seemingly, I thought it was a thing of like him being an assassin, so it's like, oh, don't sleep, I think, but like something along the lines of like he sleeps, but it's like, eyes open, always aware kind of thing. But he can't sleep for like 2-3 days, and I wonder how long he sleeps for as well. If it's like very like minute hours. But yeah, we had Gon with these like sort of like think like a fish quote, which I think is probably perfect for him, because so yeah, I guess it works in tandem with his sort of like almost like one with nature. First time we saw him, he was fishing, and that's his sort of weapon or tool of choice is the fishing rod. So I guess fish probably is perfect for him when he's thinking like instinctively and stuff. When it comes to any animal on the planet, a fish is like that's like the basic thing. I think when you say like think like a fish, it's an interesting quote because fish don't think. They don't have that capability. Like they don't have that they don't have like thought processes like other animals like possibly can, you know what I mean? Like they have like other animals have that like sort of like portion of their brain of able to sense like certain things, obviously not to the extent of what obviously humans can, but when you go to a fish, like that's literally like the most like basic, and obviously you can go like fucking deeper and then just get into like these fucking these just basically these bacteria, right? But as animals go, like fish are like that sort of think that they don't think. So it's an interesting quote and I like it, but it perfectly fits Gon, because I've said like over other episodes that his type of thinking is very instinctual and it's very on the spot, and it's not thought out, it's not like it's not sitting there thinking like Kurapika would do, so yeah, I like that. I like the fact that all of them have different, they're all smart in their different ways, and it's all like completely different. like with Killua's, it's completely based on being perceptive and what's going on in front of your eyes. Gon very instinctual, comes up with everything on the spot, and then Kurapika he's more measured and more thinking, and takes that time to strategize beforehand. So yeah, he's Kurapika's more of the the traditional kind of intellectual in a way, and then you've got Leo, who I don't think he's definitely like subverted my expectations sometimes. Like at the beginning, obviously of the with his contest with the gamble girl, fucking what Larute or whatever her name was, he made choices that were definitely like that I didn't think he would make based upon what he knew. So he was very smart in those kind of in those in that contest and whatnot. But I think his sort of smart, I don't know, maybe I don't even think it's maybe like street smarts, but he's got the more empathetic sort of traits. I think he's more he's more emotional. Obviously you can tell that he's straight out, he's the one that's like always ready to fucking ready to have a fight and whatnot. But I think of that being emotional is that he's sort of like the caring one, the one that cares the most. So yeah, they all have their little different sort of like little quirks and things which I really like. Leo was at the beginning there starting to feel guilt, and I thought like I didn't know how they were going to get past it. Like the fact that it was so simple of just breaking through the wall never even fucking crossed my mind. So that was great. But yeah, I thought like at this point this was I thought this was like a decision that was like, oh shit. Like I thought that at this point it would be it would be serious and they wouldn't be able to get around it. But because I would have called bullshit if they'd all decided to go into the long path, but then actually did it in like that stupid amount of time just because because they were that good. I would have called it bullshit. So the fact is that they were smart enough to just break through the fucking the short path. Great, loved it. So yeah, but Leo, I mean, I said in the reaction before they even chose it, I was like, what's going to happen is Leo's going to stay back, and I guess the other one would have been Tompa if they could have forced him to do that. But I was wrong, and I think that all stems from his desire to be a hunter because he wants to get money so that he can help people, right? So it's coming from yes, it's selfish, but it's for reasons that we've been privy to of what he's said. You know what I mean? He's doing it for the for the right reasons because of his caring heart in a way. So yeah, so I like that little subvertive expectation. That was good. So yeah, I love the fact as well when Killua's like when they're debating well not to go short, right? It's like Killua's like, we're going short because if we go long, we're just basically asking to fail. That's it. And I love the fact he says, I'm going to make sure I'm going to get through, and I'm going to make sure that you're going to come through with me. So I love the fact that Killua has this bond with Gon that's already so like you know what I mean? Like their broship is on point. The point where Killua's like, nah, you're fucking coming with me. You know what I mean? Like he's found his guy. You know what I mean? I feel like before this, like Killua's probably like very, very loner type character, but he's found someone that he gels with and he's not letting go, which I really like. Yeah, I think Killua might be like my favorite character. You might be my favorite character. So yeah, I mean, it's between like Kurapika and Killua at this point. Just the two badassery moments have really like turned me like them two. We'll see how it goes from this point on, but yeah, because I like. I really like Killua's like thought pro. It's so different. Like it's so like I mean, when he goes into assassin mode, he's so fucking like. It's like he's got a kill mode that's like engaged, and it's like a different person from his separate. Killor's just got a very interesting sort of personality about him. But Kurapika, I like the like the sort of the calm, collected, and like, you know, cool types, which I think Kurapika is, and he also has that sort of that kill zone kind of thing with the Scarlet Eyes thing. Although it's not like an activated thing where like where he activates it, he gets mad. Like it's the opposite. It's when he gets like angry or, you know, heightened emotions. That's when it comes up. But it's, either way, they're both up there. But yeah. So yeah, that was cool. And the third phase is over. So they all got through, which is great. But like I said, I can't wait for these individual fucking these individual fights. I think that's what they're aiming for, right? Is like when they're going up against each other. They didn't specifically detail it and said that's what it's going to be, but they did say pitted against each other. So it might not be just the case of one-on-one fights or anything like that, but it might be like something almost like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I hope Tompa gets his fucking just desserts. I really do. So yeah. But yeah, that's all I've got for those 2 episodes, and that's the end of episode 12. So yeah, thank you everyone. I think episode 13, as far as I was told that it's a fucking can't remember the word. It is a recap. That's it. I don't know why I couldn't remember that word. This fucking happens every so often where I'll just remember a word that I should clearly remember. A recap. So we're gonna completely miss out on that. No point watching it. You know, I remember everything that's happened, so I don't need a recap. And we'll just move straight in episode 14. And yeah, so that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I've linked certain things. Discord, if you want any information regarding my content, get yourself over there. You can also come and join in, talk with me, our community, if you want to. Patreon as well. So I do have a Patreon. If you don't want to support me, that would be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier, patronage, that is $5 a month. It gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunt a Hunt every week. So if you're not content with 2 episodes every Monday, then if you're an early access tier patron, you can get 2 on Monday and 2 on Friday as well. So if you're planning for more reactions from me from Hunt a Hunter, that's what you want to get. $10 a month, that is the full length. That gives you access to my full length library. Everything I react to gets a full length. The $15 a month, that is the exclusive tier. That gives you access to a bonus show that I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in that, get yourself over there and watch my reaction to that. $50, that is the elite tier. That gives you a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It will go at the back of the list by about 7 shows. It might take me a while to get round to it, but I will do eventually. But if you don't want to wait that long and you want your show to be reacted to next, then you want to get God tier, which is $100. But that is all. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.